Sam, we've got some breaking news from the Department of Health and Social Care, and that's about travellers from France. What is it?
So you've been hearing all day long warnings about imminent changes to what you're going to have to do if you go to France over the summer. They've just arrived. Let me outline what's happening. Now, you'll remember just a few days ago, ministers outlining a plan to allow returnees from amber list countries like France being able to avoid quarantine if they're double jabbed from July the 19th. In the last few moments, the government has said this will not apply to France, in effect creating yet another new category. What they say is that arrivals from France must continue to quarantine in their own accommodation or in a hotel and take tests on day 2 and day 8. Let me just unpack that for a moment. The danger was that France was going to be moved from the amber list to the red list, and what that would mean would be mandatory hotel quarantine, spending thousands of pounds on hotels in order to protect people and make sure the virus didn't come over from France, even though case rates are quite a lot lower. The government have decided not to do that and just implement a system of mandatory home quarantine. So it's the same situation if you'd only had one vaccine, that this would apply to you, would have already applied to you. Now this will apply from July the 19th if you'd had 2 vaccines as well. This will be a big blow to people who are planning holidays in France. It's not perhaps quite as bad as if they had to pay for the hotel quarantine, but will still be massively disruptive for people. Announced late on a Friday night, I think it's just before the summer holidays, school summer holidays, I think the timing, having Downing Street done very little to prepare people for this, not really engaging in public about what this is happening. Now, we've had some statements from key ministers. Grant Shapps says travel will be different this year, and while we're committed to opening up, our priority is to protect public health here in the UK. And Sajid Javid, the new health secretary, saying, we have always been clear we'll not hesitate to take rapid action at our borders to stop the spread of COVID-19. So a huge number of people, tens, possibly hundreds of thousands of people, now having to re-evaluate their plans for the next few weeks. No doubt there will be anger from travel companies and from Tory backbenchers at this. I suspect that MPs will be wanting quite a lot of explaining from ministers because the British case numbers are 8-9 times the French case numbers. It's not clear what the justification for this is. And they've also fudged their own categories one more time, adjusted the rules to fit the situation, suggesting that the original classification of green, amber and red not fit for purpose. So I suspect there will be an awful lot of irritated people this evening.